progress report on the construction of the Lawler Loops ATV Trail. This trail is part of the 70-mile trail project located in Aiken and Itasca counties in north-central Minnesota. The trail is located near Lawler, Minnesota in east-central Aiken County and includes a north loop and a south loop for a total of 19 miles of trail. The trail is located on county-managed public lands. Part of the reason this location was selected for a trail was because of past ATV damage and the need to close some trails. The pre-existing damage needed to be addressed, and so the new routes are designed and located in such a way as to be better suited for ATV riding and to move demand for motorized recreation onto a designated trail system. The 70-mile trail project planning began in 2006 and has included meetings with local townships, public meetings throughout the process, and the completion of an environmental assessment worksheet. After 2 years of planning and the completion of the environmental assessment process, the Lawler loops were GPSed and flagged in 2008. The field reconnaissance included identifying wetland crossing areas as needed to support the permitting process. Preliminary trail clearing was done during frozen ground conditions in early 2009. Ken L. Construction of Isle, Minnesota was the contractor, and the soil disturbance was minimized by working during the winter. Coarse material needed for trail construction was stockpiled along the route during the winter by Congas Enterprises of McGregor. As construction season started, a local landowner, Frank Turnock, provided storage for wetland crossing materials at his farm. The purchased materials included treated lumber from Lake States Lumber in Aiken and Pliny Post and Pole in McGrath, and geoblock from Presto Products in Appleton, Wisconsin. The product specs included using environmentally friendly, non-arsenic treated lumber and SFI certified yellow pine. Wood products from local FSC certified forests were also purchased for the construction. All of the vendors for the project have been local and selected through a competitive bidding process. The north loop of the Lawler Trail includes 4 wetland crossings, one of which uses the geoblock material. The south loop includes 9 crossings, 5 of which use geoblock. All of the crossings are complete as of August 11th, except for 3 wood crossings on the south loop. Installation of the geoblock materials has been done with the help of Minnesota Conservation Corps crews. The first step was to get the material to the worksite and then figuring out what to do with it. With a little practice, the MCC crews from Moose Lake, Bemidji, and Brainerd, along with the park staff from the Aiken County Land Department, were able to figure out a good system of grubbing stumps and connecting the geoblock panels, leaving just enough time for a little wildlife watching. The newly installed crossings illustrate the potential to use geoblock on certain wetland soil types, with the benefit of avoiding heavily impacting their hydrology and without having to bring in fill materials. Just 2 weeks after installation, the vegetation is regrowing, and the next task is to flag the edges of the trail route to make sure trail users know exactly where to go. The final trail width is able to accommodate a Class 2 ATV. Wood puncheons have been used for wetter wetland crossings on the route and peat soil areas. Besides the wetland crossings, the rest of the trail route is also being constructed and includes leveling and filling the surface and shaping the trail to shed water. The geoblock and wood wetland crossings have associated material and installation costs. To date, the trail construction costs have been covered through funds provided by the state of Minnesota and a grant administered by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. The completed 19-mile trail is expected to cost about $120,000 by the time it is completed in the fall of 2009. A grand opening is anticipated in the spring of 2010. Over the coming months, the construction will be completed and trail signs and maps are being planned. An October 6th tour is being offered to the members of the 70-mile Trail Oversight Committee, elected officials, public agencies, and other interested people and organizations. For more information about the Lawler Loops ATV Trail and the 70-mile trail project, please visit the project website at www.70miletrail.net.